Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present a lesson that is labeled under philosophy. So the topic of the lesson is ethics and morals. It is going to be presented by teacher Ilyas Al-Musawi. Before I start my lesson, I'll introduce some quotes to my students and ask them to explain and discuss the meaning or what they understand from these quotes. So the first one is ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. I give some time, then I intervene with my explanation. The second one is do what is right, not what is easy. So here I'll give time to my students again to discuss and try to explain the meaning of what they understand from this quote. Last one is the end justifies the means. It's by Machiavelli. Okay, so here I give time again and try to listen to my students' explanations and discussions. Then we move on. Ethics definition. So here we go. I display this definition to my students. Ethics refers to a set of principles of right conduct. You need to decide what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil. So this is a general definition of ethics. So it is about deciding what is right and what is wrong, and what is good and what is evil. What is the difference between ethics and morals? So as we saw at the beginning, so the topic is ethics and morals. So actually they look similar, but there is a very small difference between the two terms. So we have these definitions again, ethics and morals. In most cases, when any one of us does something, we try to act according to what society believes is right. More often, we listen closely to what our own beliefs about right or wrong are telling us, even if they are different from society's views. These two have to do with ethics and morals. So just to make it clear, meaning ethics refers to the rules that a social system provides us with. So ethics, it is a set of rules that are external, so provided by society or workplace, and the meaning of morals are our own principles. So when we speak about morals, we speak about what we believe in, our beliefs, our principles, our religion, our background, culture, and so on. When we speak about ethics, it's external. So it's too much related to rules that control behavior of an individual. If we agree that ethics and morals are the process of deciding what is right and what is wrong, or what is good and what is bad, so a logical question would cross our mind. So what is it? I'll give time to my students to think and try to ask a question, because philosophy is all based about asking a good question. So if you ask a good question, then you can find it easier to find answer. Then you understand, because you ask the question, then you can go for the answer. Then when you find the answer, you understand what you're studying and what is the lesson about. Okay, so the question is what is right and what is wrong. Okay, we agreed that ethics and morals, it is about deciding what is right and what is wrong. But there is this question, what is right and what is wrong? So means that what is right for me might not be right for another person. Okay, so here yeah, there is a kind of difficulty deciding what is right and what is wrong. So here, a general answer, right decision is to go for the greatest good. So this is a general answer. Actually, it is hard to decide what is good and what is bad. There are two theories that try to distinguish between right and wrong. The first one is principles based. So principles based approach focuses on moral rules and duties. So this one focuses on principles, beliefs of somebody's. Consequences based approach focuses on outcomes, the results. Okay, so here we can see the difference. The first approach is about my principles. So to decide what is right and what is wrong, I go back to my principles. The second one, consequences, it focuses on the result. So to decide what is wrong and what is bad, what is wrong and what is right, I just think in the outcomes. So if the outcomes or the result is good, so I go for that decision. So it is about answering this question. Should you try to bring about the best possible consequences, or should you try to do the right thing regardless of the consequences? So here it is a bit clear. So should you bring about the best possible consequences? So it's consequences based approach. Should you try to do the right thing regardless of the consequences? So this is principles based approach. Principles based approach is founded by Immanuel Kant. So this is why it is named Kantian theory. Kantian theory means that you have solid principles that cannot change whatever is the result or consequence. If it is your principle not to lie, this means you will never ever lie regardless of the consequences. On the other hand, we should take context and the consequence into our consideration when taking a decision, even if that is against our principles, means we should do the right thing that brings the greatest good or result. So this is consequences based approach. I can lie if the outcome is good. So lying is against our principles. It's against our morals. But if the result is good, then I'll do it. So this is consequence-based approach, and this is what Machiavelli meant by the end justifies the means. A case to study. Now we move to practice. Imagine that you are hiding some innocent people who are in war in your attic, and the army comes to your door and knocks and asks you this: are you hiding any people in your attic? What would be your answer and why? So here I give some time to my students to think, produce some ideas, opinions, and I'll remind them about the two approaches that we saw, helping us taking a right decision. According to Kant's logical reasoning, you are not supposed to ever lie, so your answer should be yes, which means that you are leading these people to die. Actually, this was a true letter sent to Kant by somebody challenging him about his logical reasoning. And guess what was Kant's answer? He said, you cannot morally lie to the guards, and said, you can say nothing and you can accept they may kill you for that, because you cannot lie regardless of the circumstances. So this was the answer of Kant, just to defend his theory. Okay? Guess what? The guards will accuse him for treason, for not being supportive and being suspicious, and search the house and kill the others. So here, yeah, so Kant's reasoning, it's a little bit, hard to be applicable, especially in a situation like this. But in fact, we should balance between the two theories to have a decision with positive outcomes. Sometimes you have to be stick to your principles. Sometimes you need to think in the result so you can forget about principles for a while, not forever. Discussions. Now, production stage. Decide what is right to do in the following situations. Let's watch this video first, then we discuss. The video is about
Funding for this
taking the right
program is
decision.
provided by
It's a discussion
additional
in
funding provided by
university. It is a lecture at university. So students will watch how the teacher is introducing the topic and how the students interact with the teacher. Then I stop the video, then we start the classroom discussion about it. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I will really appreciate your feedback.